Hey everybody, so after the honey extraction video, at the very end we talked about using beeswax in soap, and a lot of people reached out and said, wow, you make soap. So here's some of the soap that we've already made, and today we're going to make a batch of soap. All right, so here's the recipe that we're following today. I'll post this in the video afterwards, but this is how we're going to start. So with all soaps, the weight is key. So first we're gonna weigh out and melt the coconut oil. Next we're adding our olive oil. And we're gonna heat these oils to 155 degrees. And now we'll just finish this off with the avocado oil. And again, everything is done by weight, very important, and the temperatures are very important also. All right, so we're just going to get a quick temp on the coconut oil that came out. We're looking for 155, it's 169. I'll offset those temperatures with the avocado oil and the olive oil. This is pre-weighed goat's milk. It's very important that we get these down into manageable pieces because the lye, it just won't mix well with the lye. That's good. So this is the avocado oil and the olive oil. It's coming in at 155, which is right where we want it. I'm going to combine the two oils now. Just combined the all the oils, and I'll take a quick temperature. It's a 149. It's a little low, but for right now it's fine. So this is a brand new container of lye. The first thing I'm doing wrong is I'm not wearing gloves today. Sorry. What's the weight? 141?
Yeah, 0.77.
So we're just going to weigh out the lye. All right, so we have an ice bath prepared for this stainless steel bowl with the goat's milk. This gets very hot, very fast. This is the most critical part. So we're going to need to keep an eye on this temperature the whole time while I'm adding this lye. So in goes the lye. Because the goat's milk was frozen, you just sprinkle in the lye while letting it heat the goat's milk up, so you don't want to burn the goat's milk. So now that the lye is all gone, I'll just stir this until it gets to a liquid. All right, because this is a stainless steel pan, it really retains the cold from the ice bath. And again, I'm looking for a temperature of 55, and that's where it is now. So I just need to incorporate the last of the goat's milk in there, get this melted down, and then we can add the oils. So sometimes we run into little issues, and this time the oils are too hot. So I'm just putting it on the ice bath to cool them off before incorporating it with the lye. Okay, so this is where the magic happens. This is where saponification happens. And this is how we make soap. I incorporate my oils into the lye. Some people may do it the other way. I'm a fairly new soaper. This has been working for me. This is what I do. Take my stick blender and start blending. And this is where the oils and the lye mixture saponify. And we're looking for something called trace, which is a thick pudding, or maybe a thin, like a hummus. So I like to soap between 100 and 110 when I'm using goat's milk. I'm at 104 right now, so for me, that's fine. All right, so this is slowly coming up to a trace. It's still a little light for me, but that's okay. I'm gonna add the scent in now, and then we're gonna split it out. And this is a 2-color soap. All right, so I'm gonna incorporate the fragrance oil now. It may accelerate trace a little bit, which I'd be okay with that today. Most of you know I brew beer, and this is leftover grain. So I'm going to add that into the soap to act as an exfoliant. So that fragrance oil accelerated trace a little bit. It is starting to thicken up, believe it or not. It's still a little thin, but that's okay because we're gonna split the batch now and we're gonna add our color. It's gonna take off maybe a third, maybe a little more. That's good. So we've decided to go with this, I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna call it chocolate. We've mixed some avocado oil and we've mixed our mica. So I'm just gonna add that into the batch. And now we're just gonna mix this up and give our nice chocolate color. So now we're ready to layer the soap into the mold. So let's see if I can do this two-handed. It's something I've never done, but I'd like to get a good mix. I'm just gonna scrape off the rest of it. This is still a little thin for me, but it made pouring good, it made the color good. We're good. I just wanna make sure that all the air bubbles get out of here. So I'm just gonna tap this down a little bit. And then to finish it off, I really wanna make sure that there's a good swirl in there, and that you just have to try. It's nothing you can see. This was the first time that I mixed them both at the same time. So I'm just gonna take my little ladle or whatever this thing is. I'm gonna push it down and bring it up. I'm being told that this is called a whisk. So I'm just spinning and lifting, incorporating, spinning and lifting. And I'm just gonna do a little spinny on the top. There's no science to this, it's all luck. So hopefully that incorporated nicely. Just kind of rinse off the side. Then I spray the top with isopropyl alcohol. Just two quick sprays, and what I hope that does is it eliminates any soda ash that may form on top. I put my soap in the freezer. I do this to try to avoid gel phase. I'm not going to get into all that with you, but we'll check this in 24 hours. All right, so it's the next day. Take out our soap. It's nice. Take it out of the wooden mold. We have our block of soap. All right, so once the soap is in the pre-cut bars, line up the slots, keep this nice and straight. So now that the bars are cut, get an idea of what it looks like. We need to get these bars on the drying rack. So now that these bars are cut, they have to dry. They have to cure for probably about 6 weeks. So I just line them up here. You could see. So I'll just line them up and let them sit down here, like I say, about 4 to 6 weeks, and then they'll be ready to use. After we made the goat's milk soap last night, we also made some seawater soap. As most of you know, we've spent some time in North Carolina during quarantine, and I brought some of the seawater home, and this is a seawater soap. So again, once the soap is in the mold to cut, carefully line up the blade, keep a nice straight cut, and cut right through the soap. I'm excited to see this design. This is a 3-color soap, and I used a fragrance called Energy, so it's a fruity type, maybe a kid's soap, but I'll tell you, these soaps, you almost want to eat them. They just look good, smell good. You can see the color. Pretty nice. And again, we just put it on the drying rack, separate them out, and this will cure for the next 4 to 6 weeks. So yeah, so we just marked what they are, when we put them out here, and we'll just let these cure.